Welcome to our first of a series of reviews that I will be doing on obscure sort of entertainment and footage that is out there. And I thought we'd kick everything off with somebody that I should hope a lot of you are familiar with. His name is Jim Henson, especially if you follow this channel. Because as you know, a lot of stuff I do on here is animatronics and puppetry and things of that nature. So this is going to be right up your alley. Now, before you say, oh, but we've seen The Dark Crystal and we've seen Labyrinth. Yeah, okay, that's true. But I'm going to throw a curveball at you, because I always do. And today, we are going to discuss a film or short thing from a show that was called the Jim Henson Hour. And this episode is called The Monster Maker. And this story was written by a man named Nicholas Fisk. The story is about a young boy who wants to be an effects artist like his hero, Chansey, who runs a studio called Chance Effects. And it's obviously a play on Jim Henson. The whole thing is actually kind of neat. So this boy works in a garage with his mom and dad. It's a family-owned business. And the father's a very down-to-earth kind of fellow who wants his son to just stay in school and maybe help around with the family business and things of that nature. But this kid has bigger dreams. He wants to be like his hero. And incidentally, call it what you will, lazy writing or not, but you got to make a story work, right? This Chansey guy opened up his shop, unironically, I guess, in the same area this kid lives. Fate would have it one day, Chansey's car runs out of gas. And coincidentally, he's in the gas station. So he leaves his card, and there you go. He leaves the building, went out his card, and now this boy has his address. So he can easily get there and try to find out where this guy is. So he finally shows up with a sort of like gimmick that he's been working on. It's a walking mechanism that this kid put together. And Chance Studios is pretty impressed by his work, and they let him in, and they even offer him a job, unbeknownst to Chansey that this boy is only 14 years old. He lies about his age and everything like that. So the kid's living his dream, and he's there, and Chansey says, let me show you something really amazing. And he takes him to this back room of the studios that looks like almost like an abandoned church. It's really kind of cool. And inside is the part that you're all waiting for. This gigantic animatronic called the Ultra Gorgon. And this thing is crazy. I mean, it is about the size of the room, fully operational, fully animatronic, and just fantastic. The boy is blown away, as I think if I were there, I'd probably just end up just shitting my pants. This thing was fantastic, right? The kid goes back home, and, well, he's been lying about going to school. He hasn't been going to school. He's been secretly sneaking off to this place to work and things like that. And the father and the son, their relationship is just bad. It's just not good. It turns out the father's involved with these, I guess they're like burglars. Now, this is where I'm a little lost at the story, because I'm not exactly sure how they're affiliated with the family. Originally, I thought maybe they could have been family members, but then I'm like, no, I don't think they are. I just think they're just a bad crew that the father may have run in about. So they're also in the story as well, and we run into them later on. At one point during this film, this kid has a dream about this creature, and even at one point in the film, this thing even comes alive.
Very funny, Ben. Where are you? Chansey?
I think if I saw that, I would just lose my mind. I really would. This thing just comes to life and starts talking to the kid and basically offers him like two things. And one of the things is you could either be grounded in reality and follow in your father's footsteps and do, the practicality of just life, or you can follow your dreams. The path to follow your dreams would be giving up the world. It's giving up the people you love and giving up everyday life to do it. And I believe there's a quote in that, and I'm trying to remember the quote.
What have they ever done for you, eh?
Well,
Nothing! Forget your family. Forget your friends. That's the only way to find success.
well, I don't know about that.
Deny the world, and I will give you infinite glory.
Off the camera, Joe, do you remember the quote? Give up the world.
Deny the world.
Deny the world and you'll have glory. Yeah, something like that. Deny the world and you'll have glory, which my cameraman just corrected me on because I'm really lousy at my job.
Yes.
And then we have the situation where the father eventually finds out the kid has been going there. He is livid. He's not happy about it. He ends up going to Chance Studios. He ends up getting Chancey and saying, look, my son is underage and there are child labor laws and what you've been doing is incredibly wrong. And basically he just says, look, pay me the money and my son's not working here anymore, and that's that. And Chancey gladly does it. And the father kind of notices that there's a lot of money in the safe. And keep in mind, he's affiliated with these burglars, so that we reach into that later on. So the father leaves, the son is banished from the shop, and the kid at this point is infatuated with the fact that he believes the Ultra Gorgon's alive and he just needs to see it again. He needs to talk to it. He wants to know what's going on, but he's just simply not allowed. So he goes back home. He's completely disheartened. Then one night, he hears his father over talking to these criminals, these burglars, saying, you got to hit up Chance Studios. There's a lot of money in there. Their alarm system is crap. You got to go check this place out. The kid hears this and frantically runs off, sneaks out of the house, but the father catches wind and makes chase after the son. He gets to Chance Studios where the burglars have already broken in and basically just goes to the back room and pleads with the Ultra Gorgon to do something to stop these criminals.
Please, if you've any life in you, help me.
Don't bother, kid. Just hide and watch.
And, well, I'll put it to you this way. The Ultra Gorgon eventually activates and toasts up the criminals pretty well. Makes them pretty toasty.
I reckon if we broke this monster up. Yeah. Do that again, Paul.
What? I didn't do anything.
Hey! Matt!
The father enters the room, and we have this whole showdown between the dad and the Ultra Gorgon. The Ultra Gorgon grabs the father, holds him up in the air, and then once again poses the question to the son. What choice would he like to make in this situation? And I'm not going to tell you the ending, because the ending to me is one of the best things about this short film. And I'm not going to ruin it for you. I know a lot of reviews on YouTube do that, but I'm not going to do it because I want you, and I'm urging you to go check this out. It's worthwhile. It's worth watching. And I'm honestly shocked and amazed that this one just kind of got swept under the rug. And I think it's sad because I feel like a lot of Jim Henson's later stuff just sort of was neglected. You don't hear too much about The Storyteller, which was fantastic, well-produced short stories that were just, I mean, it's almost criminal that this stuff is just neglected. But this one especially. So I'm happy I was able to bring this out to everybody today. I feel like this will bring a lot of recognition to it, and I hope you all enjoy. Really quick, I want to make a side note about the first appearance of the Ultra Gorgon when you first see it. Now, I know this is a generational thing, and a lot of things I'm going to bring up, but I really do feel that nothing will really replace actual animatronics and puppetry. I mean, I know, especially if you're from Gen Z or even millennials at this point, you guys were born and grew up to computer graphics, CGI. Me coming from a place where we just had nothing but puppetry and real, like, handmade special effects, I feel like CGI is good when it's sprinkled on something like an animatronic or a puppet or a costume. In little doses, it could be very effective. The problem is I feel CGI is trying to be something it's not, which is real. And you have an animatronic, and it's an actual, tangible, real thing. So it's really casting light. It's really casting shadows. It's a I guess you could almost say a breathing, living thing, even though it's not. It's a humanistic quality that I think is lost when you bring in the CGI, and it's just a feeling you'll get. And if you were someone like me who grew up with this stuff, maybe it's just my childhood talking, you know, I think there's a big difference in this kind of stuff. But anyway, that's just a side note.
Giving the illusion of life to inanimate objects. That's one of the things we spend a lot of time trying to do. And you know, it's very, very hard. Because sometimes we go to the zoo and watch animals to see how they move. We watch their expression and attitude. And then we come back to the shop and try to build creatures that have that same amount of life. Now, the truth is we never really completely succeed. We don't even come close. But sometimes using all of the tricks and techniques of puppetry and of film and television, we can make it seem like these bits of plastic and metal and cloth are alive.
Well, thanks for watching this first episode, this first review. Leave a comment in the section. Please tell me what you think. And yeah, please like and subscribe and all that jazz. And I will see you next time.